Two insects face each other. One of them will walk away, the other will not. These cameras captured fights between insects that most people will never see in their lives, and some of them will make you question who really rules in the world of the small. We have lived on the same planet as these animals for thousands of years, but we barely know what happens right there, in the backyard, on the forest floor, under a rock. Today, I'm going to show you 8 of the most incredible insect fights ever filmed. Some of them so absurd they look like something out of a science fiction movie. Stay until the end, because number 1 is simply disturbing. Number 8. The wasp against the bee. Let's start with something that seems uneven, but ends in a way you don't expect. When a giant Japanese wasp, and it is literally giant, with almost 5 centimeters in size, invades a beehive, it looks like the game is already over before it begins. This wasp has powerful mandibles, a strong sting, and it kills bees in seconds. One wasp can kill up to 40 bees per minute. That is insane. But Japanese bees developed a defense that is basically a science trick. When the wasp enters, hundreds of bees completely cover it, forming a living ball around the enemy. Then the crazy part begins. These bees vibrate the muscles of the thorax at the same time, generating heat. The temperature inside this ball of bees reaches almost 47 degrees Celsius. The wasp dies from heat. The bees survive because they can withstand slightly higher temperatures than the wasp. The cameras that recorded this up close showed something that seems impossible: a destructive insect being defeated by a collective strategy that works like a living oven. Nature invented this before any engineer.
Number 7. Praying mantis against beetle. If you think the praying mantis is just that green and quiet insect that stays still on top of a leaf, get ready to completely change your opinion. The praying mantis is one of the most efficient predators in the animal kingdom. It does not chase the prey, it waits. And when the moment comes, the front legs strike faster than any regular camera can capture. Only high-speed cameras have shown the real speed of this strike, less than 1/100th of a second. In a famous recording, a praying mantis faces a beetle of the scarab type, an insect that has a natural armor as hard as tough plastic. It looks like an impossible battle for the praying mantis because mandibles and legs usually slip on that shell. But the praying mantis is smarter than it looks. It does not try to break the armor. It flips the beetle, finds the soft joints, and goes straight for the vulnerable parts. Cold, calculated, efficient.
Now imagine a war, not a fight, a real war with 2 armies, front lines, and casualties on both sides. Leafcutter ants are famous for carrying pieces of leaves that are sometimes bigger than themselves. But what most people do not see are the territory battles that happen when 2 different colonies meet on the same path. Cameras positioned on the forest floor captured something impressive: 2 lines of ants meeting, and what starts as an encounter turns into a conflict in seconds. The larger ants, called soldiers, engage individually, biting and pulling at the same time. Some hold on so tightly that they only let go when they die. But what draws the most attention in these recordings is the behavior of the smaller ants. They continue the work. While the soldiers fight beside them, the worker ants keep moving with the leaves, avoiding the chaos, as if they knew the mission needs to continue, regardless of what happens around them. It is like watching an army and a logistics team operating at the same time in the same space. The organization of this, without any visible leader giving orders, is one of the strangest things the camera has ever recorded in the world of insects.
Number 5. Scorpion against centipede. Technically, scorpion and centipede are not insects, but this fight is too good to leave out. The giant centipede, the kind that lives in South America and Asia, is an animal that is not afraid of almost anything. They have already been filmed attacking bats, rats, and small snakes. When one of these faces a scorpion, what seems unbalanced on one side quickly shifts to the other. The scorpion tries to use the tail, the stinger that carries venom. It is its main weapon, but the centipede is fast and flexible, and it changes direction all the time, making it difficult for the scorpion to strike with precision. In slow-motion footage, you can see the scorpion's stinger trying to come down several times, while the centipede wraps its body around the scorpion, looking for the right spot to bite with the venomous claws that are near the head. What draws attention is not just who wins or loses, it is the speed and the adaptation in real time. Each of the two animals is reading the behavior of the other and adjusting. This is not just mechanical instinct, it looks very close to strategy.
Number 4. Parasitic fly against cricket. This one is disturbing in a different way. There is no apparent violence. It is slow, silent, and much more frightening because of that. There is a fly called Ormia ocracea that adopted a different strategy from the others. It does not fight, it uses sound. The male cricket sings to attract females, and the fly hears this song with ears that are considered the most sensitive and precise in the animal kingdom. It can locate the cricket with a precision that embarrasses any human sonar system. Then it lands near the cricket or on top of it, practically without being noticed, and deposits live larvae on the surface of the cricket's body. The larvae enter under the skin. Research cameras captured the cricket continuing its normal life for days, eating, walking, singing, without knowing what is happening inside, until after 10 to 12 days, the larvae are grown enough to come out, and they come out. The cricket does not survive. This has a scientific name, parasitoidism, but in practice, it is one of the most horrible things that exist in the world of insects, and seeing it on camera changes the way you look at a cricket singing at night.
Number 3. Fire ants against everything. Fire ants deserve a separate number because they basically fight anything. There are recordings of fire ants attacking small snakes, lizards, and even aphids that dared to appear near their territory. But the footage that became the most famous shows an entire colony of fire ants dealing with a much bigger threat, a young coral snake that entered the wrong territory. The snake tries to defend itself with its body, rolling, crushing, but the ants keep coming by the thousands. Each sting alone is weak. The pain is intense, but not fatal to a large animal. The problem is that they do not stop, and the venom from each sting accumulates. What the cameras captured is the most impressive detail. The fire ants coordinate. They do not attack randomly. Parts of the group keep the snake occupied, while other parts go to specific points: eyes, mouth, thinner areas of skin. The snake that entered this colony did not leave the same way it entered.
Number 2. Hercules beetle against Hercules beetle. Now we get to the fights that look like they came out of a Roman arena, except the gladiators have huge horns and weigh a few grams. The Hercules beetle is the largest beetle in the world. The male's horn can be larger than the animal's own body, and these horns are not decoration. They exist specifically for fights. When two males compete for a female or for territory in a piece of rotting wood, which is where they live and reproduce, what happens looks like wrestling in slow motion. One beetle tries to stick the horn under the rival, lift, and throw it away. The rival tries to do the same. They grab, spin, push. There are moments of absurd balance where both remain practically still for seconds, each forcing against the other with all the strength they have.
High-speed cameras show that the decisive move is always the same. The winner manages to insert the horn under the lower part of the rival, find support, and use the entire body as a lever. The loser flies, does not die, just flies, and will probably go look for another fight in another piece of wood. What is fascinating in these recordings is how much this looks like a sport. There are unwritten rules, there is technique, there is strength, except the competitors have never trained a day in their lives. They are born knowing how to do this.
Número 1.
The
A
assassin
vespa
wasp
assassina
against the
contra a
cockroach.
barata.
There's a
Existe uma
wasp
vespa
called
chamada
Ampulex compressa,
conhecida
popularly known
popularmente
as the
como
jewel
vespa
wasp
joeira
or
ou
emerald
vespa
wasp
esmeralda,
because of the
por causa da
incredible
cor metálica
metallic color
incrível
of
do
its
corpo.
body. It is
Ela é
small,
pequena,
smaller
menor
than
do que a
most of the
maioria das
cockroaches
baratas
it
que ela
hunts,
caça.
and even
E
so,
mesmo
it
assim, ela
wins with a
vence com
technique
uma
that is by
técnica que é
far
de
the most
longe a
bizarre
coisa
thing
mais
any
bizarra que
camera has
qualquer
ever
câmera já
recorded
registrou
in
no
the
mundo
world
dos
of
insetos.
insects. When it
Quando
finds
ela
a
encontra uma
cockroach,
barata,
it does
ela
not
não
try to
tenta
kill,
matar.
it
Ela dá
delivers
duas
two
picadas
surgical
cirúrgicas.
stings.
A
The
primeira
first sting
picada vai
goes
para
to
o
the
tórax
thorax
da
of the
barata,
cockroach,
causando
causing
paralisia
temporary
temporária das pernas
paralysis of the front
dianteiras.
legs.
Isso
This
dura
lasts
apenas
only
alguns
a few
segundos,
seconds,
tempo
enough time
suficiente
for the
para a
wasp
vespa se
to position
posicionar para o
itself for the
segundo
second
golpe.
strike. The
A
second sting
segunda
is what
picada é o que
changes
muda
everything.
tudo.
It goes
Ela vai
straight to a
direto para
specific
uma região
region of the
específica do
cockroach's
cérebro
brain,
da
the
barata, o gânglio
subesophageal ganglion,
subesofágico,
and
e
injects a
injeta uma
substance that
substância
disables
que
the escape
desativa o
reflex.
reflexo de
The
fuga.
cockroach does not
A barata
die.
não
It
morre.
remains alive,
Ela continua
continues
viva,
breathing,
continua
continues
respirando,
moving when
continua
pushed.
se
It
mexendo
simply
quando empurrada.
stops
Ela
wanting to escape.
simplesmente
The escape
para
instinct
de
is
querer
deleted.
escapar.
The
O
cockroach
instinto de
stays
fuga
there,
é
still,
deletado.
as if it were at
A barata
peace.
fica ali,
Research cameras
parada,
recorded the
como se
next
estivesse
step.
em
The
paz.
wasp bites the
Câmeras de
cockroach's
pesquisa
antenna
registraram o
and
passo
guides
seguinte.
it,
A
literally
vespa
guides
morde a
it,
antena da
walking
barata
like a
e a
dog
guia,
on a leash,
literalmente
to a
a
hole
guia
in the
andando
ground.
como cachorro com coleira,
wasp
até
deposits
buraco
an
no chão.
egg on the
Lá
body of
dentro,
the
a
still
vespa
living
deposita
cockroach.
ovo no
The
corpo
larva
da
will be
barata
born,
ainda viva.
will feed on the
A larva vai
cockroach from the
nascer, vai se
inside,
alimentar
and will
da barata
grow
por dentro
inside the
e vai
hole
crescer
until it
dentro do
becomes a new
buraco até
wasp.
virar uma
The
nova
cockroach
vespa.
survives
A
long
barata
enough to
sobrevive o
serve as
suficiente
fresh
para
food.
servir de comida
And the
fresca.
part that
E a
researchers
parte que
still
os
debate to
pesquisadores
this
ainda
day,
debatem até
does
hoje.
the
A
cockroach
barata
feel
sente
any of
algo
this?
disso. Ela
Is it
está
conscious
consciente
during the
durante o
process?
processo.
They do
Eles
not
não
know.
sabem. O que
What
se
is
sabe é
known
que o
is that the
comportamento
behavior
é tão
is so
preciso que
precise that
pesquisadores de
neuroscience
neurociência
researchers
estudam
study
essa
this
vespa
wasp
para entender
to
como o
understand
cérebro
how the brain
funciona,
works,
porque ela
because it
aprendeu a
learned to
hackear um
hack a
sistema
nervous
nervoso
system
com
with
mais
more
precisão do
precision
que
than
qualquer
any
instrumento
medical
médico que a
instrument we
gente
have
tem hoje.
today.
We grow up thinking that small animals are the least important, the least complex, the least interesting. But after seeing these 8 fights, the heat ball of the bees, the calculated praying mantis, the ant wars, the silent fly, the relentless fire ants, the Hercules beetle in battle, and that wasp that acts like a surgeon and kidnapped a live cockroach, it becomes difficult to keep that idea. The world of insects is not simple. It is brutal, it is intelligent, it is strange in a way that we are still learning to understand. And the cameras that are able to capture this are revealing a reality that was there right beside us the whole time. We just were not paying attention. Did you like this video? Leave your like. If you want to keep seeing this kind of thing, subscribe to the channel.